Hi, I am the £1,000 Pig, and this is Free Game Free Review, where I review a game which is free, and you decide whether it's worth your time to play or not. This time we're reviewing Warframe, which is a free-to-play third-person shooter. What gets a lot of attention for Warframe is that you're a ninja. You're a space ninja, and you have magic. For the story, you're part of a race called the Tenno, and you're not from Earth. You're basically a mercenary, trying to keep the balance between the three factions, so no one gets too powerful. After a brief tutorial and a quick story, you have to choose a Warframe. Now, Warframes are a big thing with this game, which you have to choose one of three: the Excalibur, Loki, or Mag. Loki is a kind of a stealth-focused Warframe, while Mag is the token female magic user. And Excalibur is more of the all-rounder. I chose Excalibur for review purposes because that is what the game seems to be built around. Excalibur is the Pikachu of Warframe. I think a good way of describing Warframe is just imagine an old MMO RPG like World of Warcraft, except without a big focus on story. Now, there's a world and there's dungeons. Now take out the world and there's just dungeons. So when there's just dungeons, people just get the right items to beat the dungeon as fast as possible. So they speedrun it. They're basically farming and grinding for loot and in-game money, which is what Warframe is.
Override complete. Move on.
Every single mission you jump into, even the very first one, you can play as co-op. By default, you're put in co-op in a lobby and you have to wait quite a while. But if you don't want to wait, you just press play now and you go straight in and you start playing by yourself. But then any player can still join you. So it's weird because you're a freaking ninja. You're a space ninja. You know, I tried to go around with stealth, seeing what would happen, and you know, I did alright. It was very time consuming. But then another player would just jump in and start shooting and going nuts. Oh no, no. Oh no, man. No! But when I was able to do stealth just by myself, it wasn't worth it. The game does not reward you for being stealth, even though you're a ninja. There's no incentive to do it. They should have just given you a trench coat, some sunnies, and called this the Matrix. When you do die during a mission, you're given the option to revive yourself. You can revive yourself 5 times, but each time you use one, you can only get that charge back after every 24 hours. So the game seems to punish you if you play by yourself. It really wants you to play with other players online. But that's fine, multiplayer is still fun. It's more fun than playing by yourself in it. The community was good. I was always revived, even when the other players were really far away. It always seemed like they made an effort to get back to me and revive me. And I didn't get abused at any point in the game. And I tried going through missions slow, just to see what would happen, and they didn't complain. They were all patient. My biggest issue with it was the speedrunners. I would just go into a mission, try to do it like slowly, even with a friend, and then some level 30 Warframe or something just jumps in and speedruns through the whole thing. It takes the whole fun out of it. For such a grindfest of a game, the melee isn't satisfying. You're a ninja and everyone has a sword. It's crap. You know, you have a charge up attack, a few slices, and that's it. But once you do actually hit them, and once you do kill them, it feels crap, you know? The guns, on the other hand, are a different matter. Like, this is definitely a shooter game. The guns feel great, and they sound great, and there's a lot of variety with them. You can have shotguns, you can have burst fire rifles, you can have normal rifles. You can have crossbows, you can even have a little minigun. But each Warframe can be leveled, so each Warframe, rifle, pistol, and your swords can get to level 30. The level cap is 30 Warframe, but your rifle could be level 30. So you could kill really well with that rifle, but just not survive very well at all. Each Warframe has 4 unique abilities which only they can use, and some of them range completely insane moves. But remember, they are space ninjas which can use magic. So it's pretty cool, and it's better than just running and shooting all day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. The game isn't too repetitive. They've done a bunch of things to give it some life. There's a good variety of missions. There's rescue, assassinate, survival, defense, and a few more. There's assassinate bosses, which the bosses can be, so far, at least in the first 2 zones, the bosses can be pretty unique and have their own mechanics in that fight, so it's pretty cool. Every map you try is random, so you're never playing on the same map twice. Though a problem with this is that the enemy can come from anywhere. You could be running head on into a huge swarm and then just turn around and they're there, following you. Again, stealth is a sacrifice. As you try to go through a randomized mission in stealth, sometimes they can appear really close together, which makes it almost impossible for stealth. And there's a lot of variety in this. Like, I originally just thought it was just indoor maps, but there's outdoor maps, and the whole parkour system can really lead you to some secret areas where you can get some more loot. It can be used in combat to knock people down if you time it right. You can also use your sword while you're sliding, but most of all it's just used as a way to make things faster from fight to fight. So there's not much downtime in Warframe. You can slide upstairs, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. There are also alerts and events which happen randomly, such as an invasion. So all the planets in that sector which are invaded, they're changed a bit. So instead of fighting the Corpus, which you would normally, you can fight with them against the invaders. It seems to give it a lot of variety, and you can get certain drops from these invasions and alerts, which is what a lot of people at max level seem to be looking out for. There's 2 forms of in-game currency. There are credits which you can pick up anywhere just through like map pickups, finishing missions and stuff. And there's platinum. Platinum you can get by spending real money in the game, and it can get you certain things. But almost everything you can get without using platinum, except for a few cosmetic items. If you do want to use platinum, I would suggest using it for extra weapon slots and Warframe slots, because that's the only thing you can get which credits can't. What is weird is the crafting system, where as you defeat bosses or just random rare drops throughout the missions, blueprints can drop from all Warframes. Like, you need multiple blueprints to craft certain stuff. But each time you craft something, a gun, a pistol, a piece of a Warframe, you have a cooldown of around 24 hours. They don't want you to craft and play with it straight away. They want you to wait. So they seem to want you to play in short bursts. What kept me playing was the Warframes. I wanted to get more in-game credits and things, get the blueprints, and grind to get more Warframes and try them out, because they're all a different style of playing. At the moment there's a lot of different Warframes. There's 21, and it looks like they keep adding more. There's tanky ones, there's magic ones, there's ones suited for range, ones suited for melee, but there's a good variety. I like that kind of theme, that they're all quite different, and they just keep adding them. The customization sucks. It doesn't really suit the graphic style. Because the game is very dark, all the colours seem kind of faded. I mean, these aren't your regular looking ninjas. I think you have to be a fan of the art style to appreciate it. The best thing about this game are the graphics. The game is so dark, and the developers know how pretty their graphics are. There's lights freaking everywhere. It's a light show. Except for the fire. The fire really sucks for some reason. But the graphics are just amazing apart from that. Like, not just all the lights, the textures and everything. Warframe is incredibly optimized. The load screens are so short. My computer isn't that old, and I ran everything fine. So if you got an old computer and you're watching this, you shouldn't be struggling. And this is also out on PlayStation 4, so you can play it on that, which that's pretty crazy considering it's free. There is a mode which is like a farming race. You kill as many enemies as possible and it goes into a scoreboard. That's basically the developers saying this is a farming game. This game isn't even in beta, so I don't see them introducing any new major modes anytime soon. I originally hated the game. I played for like 20 minutes and then I stopped playing and just uninstalled it, which I find that pretty rare. So the tutorial system sucks. Introducing new players is terrible. So I hope this can be a bit of a guide for you if you want to start up Warframe, you know? My biggest problem with it is that it seems to want you playing in short bursts, like daily quests. Jump on, get experience, die, and try again another day, instead of staying in the game and playing. it's a long ass grind. So I'm glad I can make this and find all this information for you. I help make this game more interesting to myself, so I hope I made it more interesting for you. If you like this video and you want to see more stuff like this, just subscribe, like, comment, let me know. And maybe tell me what game you'd like to see reviewed next. And I'll see you next time.